All right, everybody, it's Gary Peavy. We're back again. This time, we're going to talk about the ideal place to store your wealth. All right, if you haven't subscribed yet, click that box on the right-hand side so that you can continue to get all this financial information so you can build financial freedom. Okay, we want to talk today about the ideal place to store your wealth. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that we're actually going to talk about whole life insurance. Okay, so don't sign off, hang in there for a minute because you got to hear this information. But the way to talk about it is talk about the ideal place for you to store your wealth. Okay, because you're going to have to put it someplace. So why in the world would you put it in a whole life policy? So I have to ask you, what is it you want? What do you want your money to do if you're going to put it someplace? So let's build this ideal place. So the first thing we're going to see is you're going to want tax deferred growth. That's why people put money in their 401k plan, because they want it to grow tax deferred. They don't want to pay tax on it now. They want to postpone it and pay it sometime in the future. And ideally, they would love for the money to come out tax-free. So when you got that money, your tax-free distribution, that would be like having a Roth IRA. That's why people do Roths. All right, you want a competitive rate of return. You want it to do something better than you're going to have at the bank. Okay, so it has to be competitive. You want to have no contribution limits. If you want to put money in an IRA, there's a limit. If you want to put money in your 401k, there's a limit. But wouldn't it be great for the ideal place to store your wealth that there were no contribution limits? Also, access to cash. This is vital. You have to have capital available to you at all times. If your 401k money is in your 401k, you don't have access to cash. Most people have very little access to cash. The ideal place would have access to cash. You have no required distributions. Your IRAs, your 401ks, you have to distribute them when you're 70 and a half years old. What if you had an account, the ideal account, that you didn't have to? You could leave the money in forever if you wanted to, and the IRS never said you had to take the money out. Okay, how about disability protection? What happens if you became disabled? You couldn't work. Does money go into your retirement plan? No. But what if you had an account where the people that were managing the account for you actually would continue to make contributions to the account if you became disabled, so your account would continue to grow? How about leveraged tax-free death benefit? What if the account value, if you died, was worth 2, 3, 4, 5 times what your account is actually worth? A leveraged death benefit. And what if that death benefit was tax-free? How about uninterrupted compounding? This is a magical piece. Very few people have uninterrupted compounding. Your investment accounts, your 401k, your house, they appreciate. They don't compound. And they certainly don't compound uninterrupted. Uninterrupted means I never had to take money out to pay the tax. I never had to take money out to stop the growth. And probably lastly, guarantees and safety. You want to have your money, the ideal place, where it's safe, it's secure, you have guarantees. Okay? So the question for you is, do you have an account like this? Do you have an ideal account? So let's stop and think. Of all the places you're saving money, how many of those features do you have? As I said at the beginning, this is whole life insurance. This is what whole life will do. It has all of these features so that you can store your cash in a whole life policy. So it'll grow without tax deferred. You can get it out tax free. You have access to cash. Has a leveraged death benefit. It has disability coverage. It has all these features you see on the screen. That's why whole life insurance has to be part of everybody's financial plan. I hope this is helpful. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on the next video.